Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick demonstration of the next iteration of celestial navigation for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Version 4 is called Made Easy, and for a very good reason, because version 4 has made it truly easy. This is a major update to the previous version 3.1. So what's new? Two things. One is an optional automated help mode for those who have been scared away by the math or the lookup tables or the learning curve. This new version has automation and help mode that does not require any math, any lookup tables or any plotting. It's really easy and allows anyone to get to grips with celestial navigation and perform this wonderful art in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Note that the second update is that you need to actually take the shot looking through the viewfinder, but note that version 4 requires MobiFlight to be installed. Different from the previous versions, MobiFlight is a free module to download from MobiFlight, and it is required for this module to run. So let's take a quick preview on Celestial Navigation V4, and this is what you can expect. And we'll do it in practice in this video. This is what you can see looking through the viewfinder of a bubble sextant when doing the shot, and you will need to do this in the sim as we can demonstrate very quickly. You can see the sun and the moon, and this is what you can expect too. No more scribbly forms, but very neat, error-free, instant forms. And let's quickly show that I've preloaded the sim. We are on the ground in the Pacific on an island. Top left is the interface. It's changed from the previous version, and we have the user data folder that we'll talk about quite a bit later on in this video, because that's where the results will be. So we are in the Beaver on the ground, and if we look outside the aircraft, we can see here the aircraft parked on the apron, and on above us, blue skies, we can see the moon right there and the sun. Right. Now if we go to the sextant and we select the moon in the drop down menu top left, as before in the older version, and then we click preview, we will see what we would see looking through the viewfinder of a sextant, which is the moon properly aimed. Now let's have a look outside again at the moon outside in the sim, and look where it is. It is crescent on the top right, and look at what it looks like in the viewfinder. Isn't it great? It's the same. It corresponds, depending on time and place and date of where you are, to get a corresponding view of the moon. So what we can do now is take a shot of the moon, which normally we would carefully plan. We would pre-fill the form and carefully watch the time and start it carefully, but with the automated mode, none of that matters. No preparation required, no timing accuracy required. Whenever you're ready, just select the body in the drop down menu and take the shot now. Through the button you can see, take the shot now. So what happens if we click that? We will have the view again that we had before, but now with the bubble. So this is what you see looking through a bubble sextant. You would see the body, in this case the moon, reflected in the mirror, and if I move the mouse wheel, that imitates moving the mirror, and the moon will go up and down. The bubble denotes the horizontal plane, so at all times we need to keep the reflection of the moon aligned with the bubble. Now if the moon was a full moon, like circular, that would be easy, but now the crescent moon is quite a bit of a challenge to keep well aligned. So what you cannot see, but right now I am manipulating the mouse wheel continuously, small changes to keep the moon aligned to the bubble. Small changes, just a bit up, a little bit down. And mind you, this is easy because we're static, we're not even moving. We'll show you later what it does when you start to move, okay? For now, for the period of 2 minutes, keep the two aligned. I have disabled the sound, but you would now hear maybe a familiar sound of the ticking of 2 minutes of average of the sextant. Meanwhile, I'm not paying attention. I need to keep the two aligned. Small changes to the mouse wheel. Keep the moon aligned to the bubble. Now, in reality, what we'll see later on, the bubble will move slowly, but the reflection of the moon will move quite fast with the turbulence of the aircraft. And the bubble will start to lag behind the moon reflection. And that is making it more difficult to keep the two aligned. Meanwhile, I'm still doing the mouse wheel. I'm still scrolling up and down to make sure that the moon will stay aligned. So the moon will move up or down. If the moon is setting, it will go down. If it's rising, it will go up in the viewfinder, and you need to track it. So there's the result. There we have the reading, and this is where the older version would stop. This would be it, and you would be on your own. But now we have the autofill form. If we click it, we will have, look at that, a beautifully filled form for this shot. It has the date and the time and all the data without any errors, properly and completely filled for this one shot. It has the refraction, the index error, it has the Coriolis, it has a properly selected DR point and a properly selected AP longitude for you to reproduce. So with this you can do it yourself and check your own work. Oh, look at that, there's even the parallax of the moon. That is now also a new appendix in the guide, by the way. And it's also saved. If you look at the lower left, in that folder, there's now a new file that is this form, and it's been saved as a picture for you to load and review later on, again to check your work, or just be lazy and not do it. Now if I select the last shot and I do auto plot, so look what we got. We got a plot of the solution. We got the assumed position, an intercept, and the line of position, the LOP, for the shot of the moon that we just did. And this too is saved in the same folder lower left. We'll close this up. Okay, we can review it later, it's saved. For now we'll close it up. Yep. Okay. Next, let's try and shoot the sun. Okay. We'll select the sun from the drop down, go to preview, and hey, there's the sun. But you can see it's big and bright, and it's very hard to say where the sun begins and ends once we start the shot. So we'll close it and we'll apply the red filter. This is something that sextants actually have, red or green, in various shades of darkness. And you can see now that the blue sky has turned red and the sun has become a very distinct yellow circle. Again, this is quite realistic. We'll close it up, and whenever you're ready, let's try and put some weather in, by the way. Let's try and put on some wind. Let me see how I can quickly change to another weather preset. No, that doesn't do anything. Stand by. I'll do... It doesn't actually move, does it? In the wind. No, it doesn't. Okay. We need more wind. Let me quickly select manual wind, or maybe another preset. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's do it differently. Let's just go back where we were and we'll do it manually. We'll add wind, ground wind. Ah, there we go. Look at that. That's too much. That's too little. A bit more. Yep, okay, we can see the aircraft starts to wobble a bit in the wind on the ground. Okay, you can see it. And now if I start the reading, you can see that the sun actually moves with the turbulence. So all the movements of the aircraft in the sim are actually exported to this add-on, and the movement will correspond. There's a slight delay, but if you turn the aircraft, you will see it in the viewfinder. So it does correspond. And any significant turbulence makes making the shot quite difficult. Once again, you cannot see it, but I am manipulating the mouse wheel right now to keep the sun and the bubble aligned. The trick here is to keep them, the sides, let's say kissing, that's the expression. Keep the sun and the bubble aligned as best as you can, in the vertical sense that is. Horizontal doesn't matter so much. Keep them aligned. Small changes. You can see the aircraft wobbles in the wind, so the sun goes up and down. And we are sort of chasing it. We're chasing it with the mouse wheel. This is what happens if I move up and down in the mouse wheel. You can see it go up and down. Just keep it aligned nicely. You will also notice that 2 minutes is actually quite a long time. As in reality, after 1.5 minutes you start to wonder how long does it take, and you're not there yet. So when I made this add-on, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised how well this turns out. It does feel quite realistic, quite lifelike or representative from actually shooting a sextant. The movement of the bubble and the movement of the sun, it actually came out quite nicely. It's quite realistic. So personally I'm happy with that. Let me know what you feel in the Discord or on YouTube. I was quite happy with that. So still doing the shot, small changes. Don't chase the turbulence, try and see through it. Only make corrections for rising and setting, and there it is. There's the reading. Quickly do autofilm. You can see the form poof on the lower left. There it is. Quick check if you want, and it's already saved. Close it, and then we'll select the last shot for an auto plot. There we go, and there's the line of position for this sun. And now here comes the great stuff. Now we'll select in the drop down the last 2 shots, and they will be merged. That means that the earlier shot of the moon will be moved forward to the time of the last shot, so you get a proper 2-body fix. So if you click plot now, you will see 2 lines of position, one for the moon, one for the sun, and where they cross, that's where our fix is. That's our intercept. So what you now can do, put the mouse directly over it and press click with the left mouse. Okay, like so. And then this coordinate is saved to this file called lastfix.csv. Now we go to little nav map. And in little nav map, this is the route we're flying. We'll import the let me navigate to the proper folder here quickly. I was not in the right folder. Let me check if this is the right one. Yes, this is the good one. Okay, and there it is. That's where the fix is. The triangle is the fix according to how well you make the shot. Even in automation mode, you need to actually accurately take the shot. You can see it's just under, just south of 2 degrees north latitude, and it's just right there. If we measure this to where we are at the airport on the island, like so. Yeah, that's not too good. That's 40 miles or so. That's not so good. That is probably due to the fact that I misaligned the moon because it was crescent. The moon is a difficult body to shoot, but you can see how it works. We have the fix, and this is how automation mode works. Anybody can now take a shot. So what I'll do next, I'll show you what happens in flight when we do 3 stars at night, and show you one more automation feature. So stand by while we take off. Okay, here we are up in the air in the Beaver en route to our destination. It's night, the stars are out, it's a perfect night for shooting. This is where we're flying, a short hop between 2 islands, and we'll do a shot about 1/3 of the way in. Okay, so there's the sky, and we'll just quickly stabilize the flight here, and there's the folder again. So next, if you want to do stars, how do you determine what stars to shoot? That again involves math and tables. So there's a new button that says suggest 3 stars, and that's exactly what it will do. If you click it, it will give you 3 stars that are perfectly positioned to shoot. There they are: Shad-Eye, Dinette, and Mackay. And these are between 25 and 70 degrees up, but they're also evenly spread horizontally to set up for a perfect shot. 120 degrees spread horizontally. So those are 3 stars for a perfect 3-star shot. And if I now select the first one, shall I, and quickly shoot it, again on automation mode. This is the preview. There's the star in the center and some other stars around it. And click shooting, and here we go again. Another 2 minutes of shooting. You can see that the bubble has now changed. It's now a night bubble, and this is actually artificially lit by a small light bulb in the sextant, battery operated. You can see the star, and you can see it's moving from the turbulence. You can see the bubble is lagging. It's in liquid. It's slower than the movement of the star from the turbulence. So all the while, once again, small movements of the mouse wheel to make sure that the star and the bubble are in collimation. Collimation is optical alignment, so try to keep them aligned as best as you can. You can see a bit of turbulence occasionally. The trick is once again not to chase the turbulence, but try and see through it and only correct for the movement of the star across the sky. It can be rising. Oh, here we go again, more turbulence. It can be rising or setting. We need to try and see through and not chase the turbulence. It is important to make sure that speed and heading are constant. Do not turn, do not accelerate, or the result will be a lot worse. Try and fly on the autopilot at all times. Manually flying is very difficult while taking the shot. You'll quickly find out. So again, 2 minutes is a long time. Should be getting towards the end here. There's the bubble still. If you maneuver extremely, you can even lose the star out of sight. So the bubble will stick to the side of the viewport, but the star will be out of sight. That's not a good idea. Small changes. Any minute now. There it is. Okay, so we have a reading. We'll click to the auto form. There it is for shut-eye. All the data is in there. It's saved. We close it and we do plot. Oh, oopsie. Okay, those are still the previous plots. We need to select the last one plot, like so. There we go. Shut-eye. We can close it because it's saved. We can revisit later, and we quickly move to the next, which is DNAP. So DNAP is quite a nice star. It's often used in real celestial because it's easily identifiable and it's bright. It's very suitable for shooting. And you can see this is quite stable part of flight, very low turbulence now, so we can make a very good shot. And this is not a benefit. In the previous version, if you did 3 shots, they would have some random error, and it would be very difficult to know which one was the good shot or the not so good shot. Now with this, you have a pretty good understanding or feeling of what was the better shot and what was the worst shot, and you can discard the worst shot if needs be. If the intersect of the 3 lines is a very large triangle, you can just discard one of them, and now you have a way to know which ones, and this was not possible before in the older version. So again, a significant change to CelNav here. A final change that I made was that I updated the manual or the guide or the tutorial, whatever you want to call it, to include a new appendix on shooting the moon and the calculation with it, and a section on moving the line of position between 3 shots, an alternative method. And obviously included the new GUI and the new functions, and some editorial changes. So the guide was brought to a new edition, version 2, to go with this new version of CelNav. Still doing the shot all the while. 2 minutes should be over any second now, I think. I didn't look at it, but can't be long now. Any second now. Any second now. So there it is. So we have a result. We'll do the outer form. There it is, quick check, and then like so, and there's the intercept and the plot. I will quickly proceed to Menkar. Last shot. Quickly proceed. So I'll do this quickly. Normally you would have a 2-minute shot and then about 2 minutes in between shots, in which you would need to rewind the averager, find the star, preset the sextant, align, and then take the shot. So you can do it a bit faster here. I'll just go through shots quite quickly. Once again, 2 minutes of sudden movement, still keeping constant heading, constant speed, to get the best result. And as you can see, still no math involved, no plotting, no forms, thanks to this help mode. This was done because of some people that I know wanted to learn but were scared away by all the math, and this should help people to, master this wonderful skill. What you may notice that you don't hear the sound of the averager because I've turned the sound down of the sim, but you would still hear the familiar ticking that you may know from early versions, which is the mechanical clockwork of the averager running down on the sextant. All the while we still see some movement, some turbulence that we experience while we keep shooting this last star of 3. And then once we're done, we'll plot the 3 stars and we have another intersect, and we'll see how it works out. What I want to show you here was the 3-star suggestion that will provide a suitable fix, and we can see them once this measurement is completed. A bit more turbulence there. A larger aircraft will be more stable. There we are. That's it. Okay, autofill the form. There it is, and that's the result. And that's that's a very large intercept. What happened there? That is peculiar. Well, let's see what happened. We'll see. For some reason. Okay, so it shows an AP far away from the exposition, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see what happens if we plot the 3 stars and move up the earlier shots. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. There's the intercept. So a nice small triangle. That should be really nice. We click the center like so, and those coordinates are now saved to the same file shown earlier. And we go to the nav map. We quickly import the last fix, and there is the fix. That is the result of the shot we just did. Now if we open another file that is also saved, it's called actualroute.csv. That shows the actual position of our recent shots. Let's see where they are. And there they are, 3 positions for 3 shots of the 3 stars. And you can see, and the last one is the relevant one because we used the last one. So see, that's nice. 12, 13 miles, that is a good shot. That is not perfect, it's not bad. That is a decent shot for 3 stars. And right now, that's where we actually are, but that's where we think we are, and from there we can plot our leg to the final destination. So there you go, celestial navigation made easy thanks to automation mode, and more realistic by looking through the viewfinder. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it. See you in the skies, and happy shooting. Thank you.